Curious about this type of piercing? Let's talk about it. First and foremost, this is a delicate piercing with a long healing process, so do your research and find a reputable and experienced piercer who you feel comfortable with. We can't stress this enough, and if you feel like you need extra support, take a friend or family member with you. Depending on your anatomy, horizontal, vertical, or even diagonal piercings are options. Your piercer will take a look at your anatomy and recommend the best way to pierce them, as well as the jewelry that can be used. And don't skimp on the jewelry quality. Opt for high quality like implant-grade titanium. Does it hurt? Yep, the nips have a lot of nerves, but it's over in a few seconds. Avoid getting it done while you're on your period, especially if your girls get tender. Healing? It can take up to a year or longer. Make sure to follow your piercer's instructions. Generally, clean the piercing twice a day with saline spray. Be careful not to snag the piercing and consider wearing loose-fitting clothes. As with any piercing, hands off. This includes any fun in the bedroom. And avoid any bodies of water like pools. Once healed, have fun with the jewelry. You can wear barbells, rings, shields, and more. We've got you at Bodyartforms.com. What about pregnancy? If you're not pierced yet, it's best to wait until after pregnancy and nursing to avoid any complications or possible infections during healing. But if you are pierced, don't worry. It's still possible to nurse. Since the piercing is connected to the milk ducts, the larger piercing holes may cause a heavier and messier milk flow. However, if you have any scarring, it may affect the milk flow. If you're nursing, make sure to remove any jewelry to avoid any preventable latching problems or choking hazards for your baby. If you choose to remove the jewelry altogether, then there's a chance the piercing will shrink or close after you wean the baby. You can talk to your piercer about getting re-pierced later. Does this piercing affect sensitivity? It's possible, since the piercing makes the nips more pronounced and makes you more aware of them. People do report increased sensitivity and more fun in the bedroom. However, this varies from person to person. What about inverted and flat nips? It may still be possible to pierce them. This piercing may even help get inverted nips back out. Your piercer will have to examine your anatomy to see if it's possible. What if you've had some type of chest surgery? The shape and anatomy of your nips can be affected by surgery, so it may or may not be possible to get this piercing. If you're able to get your nips pierced, the healing process may be longer and more difficult. Find a piercer with experience in surgically altered nips. And if you've had surgery, wait a couple years before trying to get your nips pierced. That's a crash course on this type of piercing. As we mentioned, it's crucial to find a knowledgeable piercer. If you have any questions, talk to a professional piercer.